I'm good in yourself?
Good.
Great.
Okay. So this is a little closer to my workday. Well, this
Yeah.
is my workday. So I have to, it'll take me just a second to slide into a more appropriate persona. I got your package off this weekend.
Sorry, come again?
I got your package off this weekend. I sent your package, the book and the beads this weekend.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, great.
So
Great.
they said they have no idea how long it will take because South Africa Customs might want to take a hard look at it. I don't know. So I had to fill out a customs form.
Okay. Okay.
You know customs? I mean,
Yeah,
customs.
I've heard about it.
Yeah.
Mm.
So we'll see.
So probably it will take maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Yeah, that's my guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that. So you should have it by Christmas.
Wow. It will be a lovely Christmas present. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thanks.
Yeah. So how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Perfect. How was your weekend?
How was my weekend? Making plenty of time, plenty of space. I missed my meeting with Peter and Alan because I took my son out to lunch, but that was good. Spend time with him. So it was very stressful trying to teach him how to sit with panic and anxiety. You know, because he's graduating from college soon here, and he's just very, very nervous about that. So, yeah, getting a job, interviewing, maybe trying to go to grad school, that kind of thing. Gets very nervous.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Did you go to college?
I never went to tertiary institutions. I only finished my secondary school there. We call it metric here.
So that's up to like 12th grade or
12th grade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you have any special seminary or for being a pastor? Did they go to any sort of special school to be a pastor?
Not exactly. At the time, if I can recall, I used to go to a certain church a lot after I finished my matric. So I would be there like from in the morning until afternoon, until in the evening, like doing counseling, evangelizing, telling people about Christ.
It wasn't Catholic, was it?
It was this church. I don't know if you know it. They call it Universal Church.
What's it called?
Universal Church.
Universal Church. Universal Unitarian Church? No.
Not exactly. Yeah, it's called Universal Church of the Kingdom of God.
Okay.
It's all over the world, I think. Yeah. So I used to serve there, giving leaflets. Yeah, praying, doing counseling, doing group prayers, reading the Bible.
I took my son out to eat. I took him to a pizza place, and we're sitting there, and there's almost nobody in the pizza place except for this group of Mexican immigrants who are all dressed up very fancy, after Sunday church. And there was just a couple of them that were so happy, they were just so happy, and just beaming with love and excitement about their Christian faith. And it just so beautiful, It's so beautiful to be in that place. And I felt, just looking over and watching them, I felt an odd kinship, with them.
Yeah.
Because nobody really knows. Nobody knows anything, really.
Exactly.
So, despite the fact that they might believe things that I would really not believe, I'm sure I believe things that they don't believe, but somehow the journey is very similar.
Yeah,
Very similar.
it's quite similar. Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah.
Everything is just an expression of this. It's just an expression. So this doesn't mind, as I always say, this doesn't mind itself. So because everything is itself. So whether people are drinking, going up and down, like mugging people, whether people are praying, calling upon God, it's beautiful. It's okay. Yeah, it's okay. Because unconditional love, it's just loves everything. It doesn't pick and choose. Because there is no this looks when it looks without interest. Just looks. Everything is just as it is. It's beautiful. You can say it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, there is so much love there too. There's so much love for everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so much love.
In this country, in the past few years, it's been very tough for a lot of us that are more liberal minded, believe in democracy, believe that a non-racist society is the best society. What are other examples? Believe in the rule of law, right? So in the past 4 years, the Trump administration just has done so much stuff that's just completely against the law, just clearly against the law. And I know a lot of other governments, they're very used to governments breaking their own laws, and I assume that's that way in South Africa. I don't really know. But for the American government to start behaving like a lot of other governments and turning against its people, was really alarming and something that a lot of people just could not accept. In their heart, like they just drove them crazy. Because so much of their identity was being an American, believing in democracy, believing that America was good, believing that we had made certain advancements, that we weren't going to devolve into yesterday's racism and sexism and all that kind of stuff. So it's really interesting to see that and to sit with that. Personally, I found it very interesting. And I spent a lot of time thinking about Trump and praying for Trump and praying that he may be at peace and that he may be happy, and for the people behind him that are somehow even more repugnant, trying to pray for them too. and I found that very beneficial for some reason, the actual prayer and the extending of love to them. But it was kind of pretend, you know. I mean, I didn't really feel the love. I tried to love. but lately, I've been able to see it as more of a dance, you know, as more of a, as more of a, as more of a dance, um, and an important part of what we are for some reason. So not having as much hatred in my heart for um, people that I people that do things that I don't agree with. You know, I mean, I still haven't gotten to the point where I can accept murder and rape. You know, yeah, I don't know that I ever will, but yeah, things have changed that way. I don't live in a place of murder and rape. You know, that doesn't touch me, but it could. You know, could easily. Um, if someone were to come and kill my family, would I accept it as just this? That would be tough. That would be tough.
Yeah. And I understand. I understand what you're talking about. Yeah.
You don't have an answer?
Everything. you know, everything that may arise, anger, frustration, it's just the expression of this. Even when somebody comes to like, maybe murder your family, kill your family, you know, any action that might be taken after that, it will just be this because there's nothing here. It's not that there will be some action that is outside of this. Everything that might be done, you know, is just because you know these are just characters. These are just characters appearing in this. So, as I always say, there is no real Charles
Yeah.
who takes any decision. There's just this appearing as Charles. There's no real Charles, in actual fact. So, whatever Charles might decide to do, actually, it's not Charles who decides to do anything. It's just this. So right now, as you were talking, yeah, I've been seeing that it's just this talking, and it's okay. Whatever you may say, it's beautiful. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with anything. There's nothing wrong with the story. Everything is just fine. It's just fine. So this doesn't mind. You know, God doesn't mind himself when he speaks. Everything, no matter how it is, no matter how it may sound like, it's just God. Everything's God. It's beautiful. You know. If I may just go back to the scripture and quote the verse that says, uh, after he had created everything, he saw that everything was beautiful. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
as you know that there's no past, there's no present, there's no future. There's just here now. So everything right now is beautiful.
Yeah.
Even today, now, it's beautiful. It's just a thought that says, oh, I don't like that one. Oh, I don't like this. Even that thought as well, it's just an expression of this. So in a way, thoughts, they seem to float. They seem to be floating by. A thought that says, I will kill you. I hate you. I love you. They're just floating by. They don't touch this. They don't make any changes.
Yeah.
They're just like clouds. You see, I love you. I hate you now. I will kill you. I will kill your family. I love God. I hate God. They don't make any difference. They don't mean anything. They're just thoughts. So
Well,
here they are seen like that. They're just I can't get this. I've got it. No, just there's
like
nothing
everything
here.
floating by, right?
Exactly.
Like us floating by.
Yeah. But what seems to be the character may seem to the attention may seem to be to try to grasp a certain thought and believe in it. And that might be taken seriously as if it's real. But it's just a thought. It doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. A thought that says, it's a thought that says, I'm Charles. I was born one day. I have a beautiful family. I'm working. It's just a thought. But in actual fact, there's no Charles. There's just spaciousness everywhere. And it's not spaciousness for somebody. There's just spaciousness. And there's just bodies appearing or moving around. They don't even know where they're going. A thought that says, oh, I know where I'm going, is just a thought. You don't know where you're going because there's no you. Yeah. So today, I wanted us to do a little. I wanted us to engage in a concept to use some concepts you know to play around with some concepts. I don't know if you can do it.
We'll see.
Yeah, just a little bit. Okay. Is it possible? Maybe are you sitting comfortably where you are?
Let me sit cross-legged a little bit.
Okay.
Like I'm. You want me to sit like I'm meditating?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
All right. You can simply close your eyes. Yeah. And I would like you to follow, to be guided by my words. Whatever I'm gonna say, I want you to be guided by it. All right. You can close your eyes. Okay. Uh, have no expectation. Have no expectation that something you'll get something out of this right now. Have no intention to do anything right now. Have no intention to do anything. And you are not waiting for anything to happen right now. You are not waiting for anything to happen. Have no intention and you are not waiting for anything to happen and have no expectation that you will get something out of this. Now, forget about the past. Forget about the past. Forget about the past right now. Forget about the future. Forget about the future. Forget about even the present. Forget about now. Now, have no efforts to do anything. Have no effort at all to do anything. Have no expectation. Have no intention. And we are not waiting for anything. And right now, forget about you. Forget about even you. Have no effort at all. No waiting, no expectation, no intention, no past, no present, no future, and no you. Then I will ask you, what is it that is here without any efforts?
Space
Hmm.
with nothing.
All right. In that space, is there somebody there?
There's a witness.
What says the witness? Oh,
The
is
witness
that
just sees.
okay? Go ahead.
The witness just sees.
Hmm. So what you mean? There's just seeing.
It's just seeing.
So that space that sees, is it only limited to that body, or is it everywhere?
It's everywhere and everything.
You can open your eyes.
have to?
Yeah. Okay. In this little exercise that we've been doing, how how did you feel?
I think the hardest one for me to drop was you.
Yeah.
No, you,
Mm.
which somehow is like a lens of the seeing.
Yeah.
But I've done it enough. I could do that. And then it was kind of a purple. The space was kind of a dark purple for me. I don't know. And just the space.
Mm.
I'm sorry, what was the question? How was it for me?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's beautiful. Did you just make that up right then?
Yeah. It just comes out as I see. I know somehow in a way it is seen that right now where I am, and you are also there as well. But some thoughts, there's some thoughts that are believed in. That's when you believe anything into existence. So there's some thoughts that are there, like I don't know, should I say maybe they are a stronghold. You know? But once those thoughts are not believed in, then everything will be clear.
So
Yeah.
I'm recording this. I'll listen to that part over and over again.
Yeah. Yeah, just try to stick to those. When I say uh, forget about uh, forget about you, there's no past, there's no present, there's no now, there's no future. And the one that's when I say they have no intention to do anything, stop waiting. They really help a lot. Those words, listening to those words, and doing exactly what they are saying, that helps a lot.
There's been times in the last week where it's, I guess it's getting progressively more lucid. I meditate every morning for about half an hour, and then I read Nisargadatta every morning, which, the book that you'll arrive on your doorstep here in a few weeks. And it's getting deeper. It's getting deeper. It's deeper and lighter. The days are lighter, more pleasurable. The space is deeper, less personal, less thought based. So I thank you for that.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, as I've been saying, this looks without interest. It's just looks, and it doesn't even know itself. It's just nothing looking. Just nothing looking.
Do you have beautiful plants where you're from? Where you live?
Oh, beautiful plants.
Are there trees? Is there water?
Yeah, Yeah, we do have trees, mango trees. We do have mango trees
Wow.
and some flowers around. Yeah.
Sometimes you go into inner cities in other countries, I've found that there's no trees. Uh, that's a real bummer, no trees.
Sure. Not even one,
Well,
or maybe.
they'll have a park, but long amounts of residential areas with no trees anywhere. No trees. In Africa
Yeah.
too. There's lots of places with no trees. They just, clear them all out and build stuff.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But
But
where? Oh, sorry. Where I am, there are lots of trees. There are lots of trees. No, there are even houses that are built in the midst of forest. Like beautiful houses, double-story houses. Yeah, and there are lots of snakes.
oh wow, big snakes,
Big snakes.
like 15, 20 feet snakes.
Yeah, but most of them are pythons.
My mom used to have a pet python.
So,
She had to feed it rabbits.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
It's beautiful. Python is beautiful.
You ever uh, you ever look at a flower, a tree, or a plant? Um, Maybe doing something that you've never seen it do before. Like a new kind of plant that you haven't seen, a flower that you haven't seen. Um, and you just feel it, just expressing to you somehow. You know.
Yeah,
And there's like
yes,
love there. And there's like,
exactly.
you see, even looking at that thing, it's like God there, you know.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah, all all the trees, plants, they are communicating. They are communicating with us, but it's just this communicating with itself. No, there's so much love there. When you look at a plant without any thought, just look at it. It's more like it's talking to you telepathically.
Yeah.
It's a telepathic communication of love. You feel so much love just by looking at it. Have you
Yeah.
ever felt that too?
Oh yeah. My neighborhood is like it's like a middle class American neighborhood that's old. Houses are maybe 70, 80 years old, which is old for Los Angeles. Um, and we just rent an apartment, but a lot of the houses are beautiful, beautiful, and they have gardeners. You know, um, big houses with gardeners that will come and plant all these beautiful exotic plants. Everybody's got a little garden in the front yard, not just the lawn, but a beautiful flower garden and cacti. And every thing is different, and so many plants you've never seen before. I'm from Iowa, right? I'm from the middle of
Yeah.
the country where there's just like corn and oak trees. Just, but all this exotic stuff out here. We've got parrots. We have wild parrots in Long Beach. We have peacocks. Some wild peacocks. Yeah, not many. 3, 4 in the neighborhood. Um,
Mm.
but yeah, so I walk the dog in the evenings, and sometimes it's just like screaming, beautiful love everywhere, and just the flower and the decay, and I'm just amazed at how little I know. But it's good that I don't know about the I can't name many of the flowers, just a few. My friends somehow paid more attention, can name more of the flowers. But every time it's like, wow, what the hell is that? Some just new, beautiful flower expression. Out my door is a flower called a bird of paradise, or out my window. I don't know if you can see it. I don't think you can see it. No, that's the house. Yeah, it's that plant there. is a bird of paradise that's 30 feet tall. Do you know what a bird of paradise is? No, probably not.
Mm.
Well, anyway, beautiful,
But
beautiful, amazing plants everywhere.
it looks like a banana tree.
It does. They do look like banana trees, but they're not.
Oh.
There's no fruit to them. We don't have that many fruit trees. Well, we got lemons, limes, oranges, avocados, pomegranates, and something called persimmons, but not that many. You know, not too far from here in the ghetto, where there's sort of areas where there's a lot of American blacks who don't have much money. They started to plant their own. Vegetable gardens in the between the sidewalks and the streets. There's just a little walkway. Somebody just started digging up and teaching everybody how to plant their own food.
Oh, amazing.
And I mean, the black community in America, they had that rich cultural tradition. We're making great food for many years, that was very different than standard American food. And then fast food came in and kind of destroyed the diet and the cooking tradition. And then there was a lot of problems with obesity and diabetes, and there's been kind of a revolution. So starting to eat a lot more fresh food, a lot of black vegetarians here and stuff. So they're planting their own foods, and the government came up and like, no, you can't plant your own food. Started to tear up all of their vegetables. Like, no longer, you can't plant between the sidewalks and the streets just because the grocery stores were complaining or something. So then there was a huge revolution against that. And finally, and there was one guy, of course, who was sort of the Johnny Appleseed, who was a preacher essentially for doing that. But then they started to do it more and more, like, brownfields where the little lots where they can't really build because it's too polluted or something. To take that land and re-cultivate it for vegetables and stuff, unclaimed land. So it's beautiful. It's great. It's amazing. Because anything will grow in California, if you plant it. We could have just like food everywhere, but we don't.
Yeah.
It's weird.
So they were afraid of the government by stopped those who were planting the fruits there, the trees that grow fruits, because they were going to destroy the monetary system.
Yeah, not really trees, more like things that grow fast: zucchini, carrots, plants, more plants than trees, peppers, those kind of things. That zucchinis and stuff, squash, they'll grow so much food that you can make, right? I mean, when those things are in gardens, when those things are, are harvested, everyone's like, I can't eat all this food. And people start giving away food to their neighbors. And
they start to share.
Yeah, lots of sharing. But I think it was also a threat because it's outside what you're supposed to do. They have ideas about what you're supposed to do, and if you do something you're not supposed to do, then no. I want to turn the light on just a second. But it's it's that kind of thing, like it's that kind of thing I'm talking about with Trump, right? But there's another aspect to it that the government is engaging in a fight. And that fight gives people purpose, right? People like purpose. And then that's part of the dance, If they were just growing the fruit and vegetables and eating the vegetables, that would be nice too, but then you have a fight over the fruit and the vegetables and people like to fight. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It becomes like
that's true.
Everybody likes a good story, right? This was a good story. You and I even enjoyed it.
Charles, you just read my mind, just read my thoughts.
Yeah.
A thought came in that said, it's a little bit dark there. And then you just stood up. I never said anything. Yeah, you just stood up and just switched on the lights.
It's one mind.
It's amazing.
It's one mind. On a human level, I just have never been able to find a teacher. I studied a lot of this stuff, and I studied. 15 years I've studied. There's some people that I like, people you probably know, Adyashanti, Eckhart Tolle, Mooji, Nisargadatta, he's dead. But to have somebody that is there, accessible one-on-one, it's amazing to me, and I'm really very thankful. And I know that you're not there to thank, but regardless, I'm very thankful for this.
You're welcome. This is just reflecting your own self. The real teacher is within me, and the one who's talking right now is within you. So you're only talking to yourself.
Yeah.
So maybe that's yearning in your heart that you needed a teacher. It's just needed to happen in this way.
Yeah.
But in actual, even though I'm not teaching anything, it's just a sharing. A sharing of nothing.
There's something happening. And the stuff that's happening is more akin to me turning on that light when you thought it's getting dark in here. There's more magic transmission. There's more a space for a portal of this that I recognize. Though I like your words, I know that there's more going on than that. And you're right. It was ready, right? I was ready. That's what happened. Yeah.
This is energetic. We can. Well, I can even like sit here and just look at you and never say anything. That's But I'll be saying something in a different way. I'll be saying something, but like verbally, I won't be saying anything, but I'll be saying something there.
Did you ever have a teacher in person?
No, I didn't have. I didn't have.
Did you feel the need for one?
Yeah, there was a time where during the seeking, I felt like I could. Yeah, it felt as if I could, get a teacher. But at the time, unfortunately, where I live, there's just nobody who's interested in non-duality. So I would watch it on YouTube, some listen to some couple of teachers, and some of the things that they were saying, it wouldn't resonate with me, with the truth that I was in my heart. So I would watch another one, read some books, couple of books, do some meditation, look at the tree, and just by looking at it, maybe 5 minutes will pass, and then I'll feel I'll feel like how it used to feel like. Uh, I'll feel connected. I'll feel peace, love, unconditional love, just by looking at it. And some people, I would sit in the park, some of the parks there in town, and some people will just pass by and think to themselves, oh, this person is going through so much problems. Because I would just sit and look at the tree, never say anything. But they don't really know what's going on. I feel love, I feel peace, I'm joyful. But just by communicating with the tree. So I would do some exercises that used to give some glimpses, like this one that we've been doing. Mm. Yeah, it was beautiful. The journey itself, even though there's no journey, it is later discovered that there's no journey. But what seems to be the journey, it's beautiful. You know, looking, searching. It's a beautiful, it's a beautiful story. It doesn't even happen. It's all this.
Excuse me.
So if I can ask you, Charles,
Hmm.
without thoughts, if they are not thoughts at all, would you know that there is a Charles?
I think it would be a very different thing.
So even right now,
I had the experience when we got a new television, and it's huge. It's got big television, beautiful.
mm,
So when my wife left, I watched a video that I made. I upload them to YouTube, but I make them private. For some reason, your voice comes out all weird sometimes. I don't know what that is. There's like an echo on it. But this one was one that was clear. So it was you and me, was me reacting to you and you reacting to me. And I didn't really recognize myself. And it was sort of like, is that who I am? Is that me? In what way is that me? Because one doesn't normally watch themselves on television, right? That's not really, that's not what no one normally does. But my mannerisms, things I was saying, in what way is that me? Kind of in no way is that me. That's me over there and me over there and me over there. Yeah.
Really, there's no Charles. That's what says. I'm Charles. Really, if you were to look at our thoughts and look for Charles, there's no Charles. Even right now, as I'm talking here, there's nothing here. But really, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. You can only go back to the memory that doesn't even exist and try to bring it back. Oh, I was born, but there's nothing right now. There's nothing.
Yeah.
But I know I can't help it but saying it as it is, telling it as it is. There's nothing here unless you bring back the memory, the old memory. I was born. I went to a certain school, got a job. It's a story.
Yeah.
But really, right now, there's nothing here. Even in the midst of talking, discussion, right now as we were exchanging, talking, you know, it's not that there was somebody who was talking. It was just talking, but there is nothing that is talking. And that's peaceful. It's amazing. To have a recognition that there's nobody there. And that recognition is always there. And it's there too. Right now. No efforts. There's no efforts. This is effortless and obvious. Unless the thought says there's somebody. It's just a thought. It means nothing. It means nothing. Yesterday I did that, I did this. That's just a thought. Today I'm gonna do this and that. That's just a thought. There's nothing here. Already. Yeah, it may seem as if it's trying to convince somebody, but it's just seeing itself that it's always been free. It's already free. The me is thought based. And when thoughts are looked for, they're not even there. So what seems to be the me is just another thought appearing from nothing. So meaning that means there's nobody, there's no one. It's just this talking, it's just this listening, just this telling about the story. It's just this feeling good, just this uh, feeling sadness. The one who seems to be looking for this is an imagination that appears in this. So there's no one here. So if Charles, you were to imagine that there's a monkey moving around there.
I'm sorry, there's what?
If you were to imagine that there's a monkey moving around in your house,
Monkey?
a monkey, yeah,
A monkey.
yes, a monkey. So
Okay.
if you were to imagine that there's a monkey moving around in your house, and then you then start to tell me that, hey, there's a monkey moving around here. So how can you get it out? Then you tell me to help you to get it out. Can it be possible?
I've never had a monkey in my house before. We don't have a lot of wild monkeys in America. Do you have wild monkeys in Durban?
Yeah, we do. We do have. We do have.
I
They
love wild
always jump
monkeys.
around. You love it.
Oh, well, I've been in India and Nepal. The wild monkeys are just beautiful. They're such alive creatures. Anyway,
Yeah.
I do not know how I would get the monkey out of my house. I just have no, I don't even know where you're going with that one.
But it's just an imagination.
Right.
There's no monkey.
Like there's no Charlie.
Exactly. That was just an analogy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been seeing things. Out of the corner of my eyes, I see things darting. I look and they're not there. It's very strange. It's almost like when you see a mouse go by real quick.
Yeah.
It's like that, except there's no mouse. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Have you
Maybe
ever had
those
that?
are. Yeah, I've seen that too. I always see that, even now. I always see that. Just right in the corner, something just, and then just try to notice that's gone
Yeah.
out of the picture.
I've been
I think
wondering
they're
if that's
spirits.
maybe.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
thought they were
they're
spirits of
spirits.
mice maybe. Mouse spirits.
Yeah, that can be possible too.
I just saw one.
Yeah. It's more like when you see those shooting stars. You know, a shooting star.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they say the shooting star, but I don't believe it. It's just a. I think that's a spaceship, interdimensional ship. It's just
Maybe. That's
yeah,
interesting.
because it moves from dimension to dimension. It just shoots by and then it disappears. I think it enters another dimension, something like that.
You know, I've never questioned shooting stars, but they go so far. It's crazy. When you see a shooting star, how far
Yeah.
stars are away, think about how far
Mhm.
stars are away. They're very, very
Mhm.
fucking far, right?
Exactly.
So
Very
if
far.
it goes, in your line of sight across hundreds of stars that are more or less the same distance away, that would have to
Mhm.
be very, very, very far, very, very, very quickly. How
Exactly.
fast would that be? Yeah, that's a
And
good thing. Huh?
how big is the star?
Yeah. How big is the star and how fast is it going? That's wow. Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, it is, man. It is.
Some of them are asteroids, small asteroids that hit the Earth's outer layers and skip along the outer side of the Earth and make that pattern. So they're much, much closer.
Oh, like the one that hits Russia.
Yeah,
Russia.
but much smaller, right? If it's a
Yeah.
small asteroid, this size comes and hits the edge of the Earth and burns up in the Earth's atmosphere, then it can make that streak. So sometimes what you see is not actually a shooting star, but real shooting stars that you see, I don't know. I'm
Mm.
gonna have to look into that. That's amazing to think about.
Yeah, I think asteroids, when they travel, I think they are much slower than shooting stars.
Yeah, of course, yes. Yeah,
Yeah, because yeah, the shooting stars are so
yeah,
fast.
yeah,
That's why I say it's not. I don't think it's a shooting star. It's something else.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it's.
For a long time they thought that they knew where the edge of the universe was, the edge of everything. They thought that they could see the edge of everything.
Yeah.
And they mapped out everything that they could see and they said, okay, we can see to here, right?
Yeah.
But it turns out that everything is expanding all the time. And it's amazing how much everything is expanding all the time. And the stuff at the very, very edge of what we can see is going away from us faster than the speed of light.
Mm.
They finally figured that out. So the edge of what we can see is actually because that's moving away from us faster than the light would ever come back to us. And of course, the stuff of the light that does come back to us, by the time it comes back to us and we see it, it's way gone, right? That star is probably dead because it's like took billions of years to get to us. So it's crazy. It's
Yeah.
crazy how big things are and how little we know. How little we know. It's
Yeah.
beautiful. And it's all on us, Nkosi. That's all us.
That's true. Everything is us.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just one thing.
Yeah.
I always think that if all the stars and planets were to be removed,
Mhm.
like what would happen? Have you ever thought of that? Like if every star, planet were to be removed, what would be left?
There's massive parts of space where there's nothing. There is massive parts of space where there's nothing. Mostly nothing. Mostly nothing. It's interesting to think about.
It's nothing. And you will never get to anywhere. You'll never, there'll be no way. There'll be nothing.
So you need to take your aunt to the bus stop. But I wanted to say I sent you 2 sets of beads. One is for you, and one is for your aunt.
Oh, thank you. Thank
So
you so much,
the one
Charles.
that's for you has a black rock on it with copper. You'll know it. And the one for her has a shell.
Wow. Thanks, man. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
I will let her know
Okay.
that she has a gift coming from Charles. Yeah, thanks. Man. Thank you.
Okay, so
Means a
next
lot.
week I'm traveling back to Iowa, so I won't be able to make the call. So we'll get
All
together
right.
in 2 weeks. Is that okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's
Okay.
fine.
Thank you, Nkosi.
Thanks. Thanks,
Okay.
Charles.
Have a beautiful couple weeks.
Thank you. Thank you. Same to you, man.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Have a lovely weekend. Thanks.